Welcome to Boss Up Babes, helping babes show up, boss up, and thrive. With #1 best-selling author, global influencer, and ultimate boss babe, Karissa Adkins. Karissa is a health and wellness expert and CEO of the 365 Daily Hustle, here to help mompreneurs and career-focused women boss up and reclaim their healthiest life. She is a pro at cutting through the BS and inspiring massive breakthroughs that help women create healthy routines and habits that facilitate personal and professional growth. Are you ready to reclaim your best life, take action, and be a badass boss babe? Let's get to it.
What up, everyone? It is your favorite Boss Up babe and health coach and personal trainer, Karissa Adkins, and you are listening and watching the Boss Up Babe Show. Now, the Boss Up Babe Show is a weekly, in-depth show, all with interviews with powerhouse babes that are getting shit done. And today's powerhouse babe is no different than all the other amazing babes that I've had a chance to interview. And I cannot wait to bring her here on the show today. But of course, we are diving into some juicy topics. We are talking strategies. We're talking money, relationships, business, health, and of course, resiliency. You guys, it is time to boss up to the next level of awesome and turn your pain into power. Now, I just want to share some words with you because these are some powerful words for me. So CEO, executive producer, international speaker, author, business coach, total badass, in my opinion, should be added in there too. Now, these are not titles that any given woman has right off the bat, right? These are not titles that you're born with or anything like that. These are titles of women who play big, who show up and boss up in their life. And Kelly Haeger is a dynamic babe. I mean it. I cannot wait for you guys to meet her. She's a visionary. She's the CEO of Eris Sisters, an organization that is dedicated to creating opportunities for women and minorities. And after a near-death experience that I cannot wait to discuss on the show today, she has built a $55 million. Y'all, you heard that right. $55 million business and launched a second corporation dedicated to helping other people just boss up to the next level of awesomeness. Kelly is an executive producer. She's an international speaker. She holds all those amazing titles that I just gave you. She's a contributor for the Huffington Post, Success Magazine, the Wall Street Journal, Thrive Global. You guys get the point. She's a total badass, and that's exactly why I brought Kelly on today. So without a doubt, I want to bring her on. I just want to get to it. If you guys want to read her full bio, it will be in the show notes all day long. You guys know I love helping promote these boss babes. So Kelly, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Oh my God. The pleasure is mine. And for just coming on so quickly. I got a brainstorm idea yesterday. I'm like, I need to interview this chick, and she's awesome. So like a normal powerhouse, we just jump on board and we get stuff done. And that's exactly what this show's all about. So Kelly, since you help people create their stories via video, I've got a chance to get to know you behind the scenes of what people are seeing today. But I would love to start off today's conversation with just a 2-minute overview of your version of your own comeback story. I'm so excited to hear about this near-death experience that changed your life forever.
Well, in 2010, I was minding my own business, married, 3-year-old little boy, had a company, and I got really sick one night. And I said to my now ex-husband, but I said to my husband at that time, hey, I'm feeling really badly. I don't really know what it is. And he said, take some Advil, go to sleep. And I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I thought my head was literally going to come off my shoulders. It was the weirdest feeling that I've ever felt. And a few weeks later, I was put into a medically induced coma because all my organs were shutting down. So from there, we spent like 3 years healing. But during that time, I had built this amazing team of women who were running my business while I was out. And I was literally out for 3 years, pretty much. So you can't even imagine the amount of growth that happens in a corporation over 3 years if you have the right team in place. And I was very lucky. And I think we just hired really, really well to have the most amazing team ever. And we started there and we just kept going. And it just, it was really an interesting time. We then wrote books and started touring and doing really large speaking engagements. And you know, one thing led to another. And then I ended up selling that company. I also owned a couple of Keller Williams franchises and I sold those and really decided I wanted to give back and I wanted to do more in the entertainment industry. And I really wanted to help other women find their inner joy, their inner peace, and also help them experience the joy of going from, you know, heavy adversity to, you know, finding peace, so to speak, and building up their lives and building up their businesses so they could be sustainable for the rest of their lives.
I'm all about sustainability, girl. I love it.
Yeah.
Quick fixes really don't work too well for, I find, businesses, life, or health, right?
Oh,
It's like a Band-Aid.
Yes.
So I was reading over your bio, of course, and I've had, like I said earlier, I had, you know, just for my listeners, right? I've had the pleasure to get to know you a little bit. And in fact, we're going to work together on an event coming up here, which we're going to talk about at the second end of the show for sure. But I was reading over it and you stated, you know, was this amazing career that you had, this a beautiful team put in place? Was this the real estate company?
Yes.
Like, okay. Because
So
I think I read like you were like, you had become one of the top 100 teams in the nation, according to WSJ. So yeah, this was this company, correct?
Yes. Yep. It was just the Kelly Haeger group. And, you know, you can just do so much with just a very few amount of people that are really dedicated and love what they're doing. And I think if you love what you're doing, you're not even really feeling like it's work. I could have worked 24 hours a day. I loved it. And it was just, you know, it's, of course, some of it sucks, but the majority of the work is really interesting and it was really fun. And so then when you have that group of people, it makes life easier when you collaborate.
It does. I think that's every entrepreneur's dream, is like, right, to find the team that you can put into place so that if something, God forbid, happened, your business would still be able to stay afloat and do its thing, which is why you were still able to do the 55 million, which is just, I'm like blown away. I'm like, I need that in my life. And I know, like, I'm ready to start scaling my business and building a team. And so that is like something looking forward to. I'm like, I got to pick up the right people, not necessarily like just go out and find people. I need the right women who've got my back, that are part of my tribe. Now, Keller Williams, I think I read like several, you bought into several
Yes.
Keller Williams franchises,
Yes.
but more importantly, why did you sell everything?
You know, when I came out of that experience, my partner at the time, he was Australian, and he really taught me a lot about not just wanting to work all the time, but really enjoying life. And with having all the medical stuff that had happened, you know, he really thought, you know, like, let's travel. So we traveled a lot. We certainly lived life to the fullest. And I think just when you have that opportunity to take a break and to take a breather and to potentially sell what you've built to somebody else and, you know, hopefully watch it grow and then move on to the next chapter in your life, it is really, it gives you that fulfillment piece. And I think I knew I was ready to be finished with real estate. I had achieved everything that I wanted to achieve in that space. And it was kind of time to really get filled back up with the things that I enjoyed. And that was really creating opportunities for other women, sharing other women's stories, traveling, when you go on production, you get to travel all wherever you want, wherever the stories are. So we were really lucky to really start traveling and, educating other women on how to build a business, how to gain exposure so you can build it and you can scale it and it can be sustainable. And depending on what everybody's individual goals look like, it was really cool to see some of those women succeed at an extremely high level.
That's awesome. So work hard, play hard. It's actually my motto.
Absolutely. 100%.
My motto for my business is work like a boss babe, live like a queen. And
love that. That's
and it's
good.
all about, yeah. I mean, you can take it. It's cool. We can share it. But it is all about that, right? For years in the corporate world, I thought this constant hustle meant like this ongoing, like work, keep up with everything. I thought it created my worth and my value, right? I was like, who am I if I'm not hustling and outbeating other people? And over the years, like at first I liked it because I'm a go-getter, right? I feel like I'm an alpha, like I go after things that I want. But over the years, that burnout hit. And then I was like, what am I doing this for? And I don't even use the words fulfilled. And I think so many of us women want to feel like our work is fulfilling and passion. And sometimes we can lose that. So what would be a good tip for like women who may be like on that verge of like, they're always hustling and they're always pushing through? What would be the tip?
I always found my ego to be matched with how my bank account was looking. And if I was really flush, then I was like, oh my gosh, I felt good. I wanted to be out. I wanted to get out there. And then if I had months that I hadn't done as well as I had done in months before, I felt really shit, to be honest. And so I really learned to equate that my value does not necessarily have to deal with my bank account. That really comes from the inside out. And I think one of the things that I really talk about is what is going on in between your ears and what internal public relations is going on in your body, because what you're saying to yourself is literally physically either helping you or harming you. And you really, really, really need to get to that positive spirit so you can maintain. And, I really find, and you'll always know that all my conferences are at the ocean. So like, that's where my peaceful place is. That's where I love to be. And, last night I was at this little hotel in Los Angeles, and the ocean, it was literally, we were just sitting on the deck, and it was it's just, you can see the water kiss the sun, as it's going down. And that is, for me, what gives me the most internal peace and fills me up the most. So you've got to find what fills you up the most. Maybe you like the mountains, maybe travel's not your thing, maybe you love to cook, maybe you're a musician. It doesn't matter what it is, but you've got to find that. And I think that if you can find that, then even on the days that suck at the office, which I don't really have too many of those anymore, because I've really made the choice that if I don't like something, I'm out, but it just, you really have to balance that peace, that whatever brings you joy. And I cannot say that enough. And it just, you've got to beat that into your head. You really do.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
As two coaches, we could have like a whole 3-hour conversation about like, I'm like, just tell me more. I want to dive in, but I also obviously want to get to how people can, figure out like how to get involved with Kelly, how to stay in touch with Kelly. But if you didn't catch that, I just like to always like point blank, right? She said, you don't always have to like love what you do, but you should be pairing it right now, maybe with what you do love, and then pair that with, that with your passion. So it's like, yes, Kelly loves the beach, so she's going to take her work always to the beach.
Always.
So find what you love, follow your heart, you guys. It will never see you wrong, I promise. So if you're cool with it, just give us a rundown of like, I actually want to in case I didn't like say it best at the beginning, right? You take women's stories, and I've seen some of them on YouTube now, and they're brilliant. Like they've brought me to tears in just a matter of minutes, right? Good. So Yes, which is
Good.
great, probably, right? I don't want to watch a 2-hour movie. I have time for 5 minutes, and I just, I can capture all the highs and the lows and the lessons in all those videos. So that's beautiful. So what do you do for women specifically, or men? Maybe you work with men or women.
So we primarily work with women, but we certainly have worked with men as well. But the whole goal, right, is there's a couple of different things that we do. But if you're looking to film your story, if you're looking to make an impact, we really help people share that story. So we film their stories. Sometimes we go to them, sometimes they come to us. If they've got a really big story, a lot of times it's more of a documentary than it is, just a story. Not just, but some people we have filmed, 90-minute type of stories, and while other people, we typically get through their stories in somewhere, to your point, between 5 and 7 minutes, or at least get that synopsis. And the joy of seeing women, when they start initially, they're really nervous and they can't look at the camera, to by the end, and they're like, oh, I killed it. I was like, yes, you did. And just planting those seeds, those little seeds, those mustard seeds of hope and of confidence, and then to see what that product looks like by the end, it is so cool. And so we spend a lot of time traveling. We film a lot in Los Angeles. We also, I live between Los Angeles and St. Louis. So we film sometimes in St. Louis, and sometimes we're doing a great story for Microsoft out of Seattle. So we're going to be in Seattle a little bit in the fall and a little bit in the spring. So we're looking forward to that. But we do stories all over the country at the moment. And so if you have a story that you want to film, and maybe it's you, and maybe it might be a charity that you're working with, maybe it's something about your business, we can help you film that. The other thing that we do, there's a lot of people that want to be speakers, and it's really hard in today's market with so few events going on, etc., that to get really high paying speaking engagements. And we show people how to do that. And we film a speaker's reel for them. So if you have interest in becoming a speaker, we, put you up on a stage and we film you there, and we help you write out your points. And, it's a very precise formula that we utilize, but it really helps people get into those big speaking engagements. And I run around the world and I speak as well, everywhere from a Keller Williams to a Bank of America to universities like USC. I just did a couple of speeches for Microsoft in the last couple of months. So as you're thinking about, every different way that you can get yourself out there, we're your filming crew. We'd love to do that. From a consulting standpoint, we do a lot of events. And so this year, provided everything goes okay with the COVID, the lovely COVID, but we will be at Laguna Niguel Ritz-Carlton. It is heaven, you guys. It is so amazing. And what we're really talking about, right, is building that brand, building your business, but also building your life, and taking those 3 elements of life and really infusing emerging leaders as well as established leaders, infusing great actionable leadership skills. And we have the leadership team flying in from all over the country. And this event we are expecting about 400 women there. So we're really excited to, just get involved with each other. And that's really, when you go to an event, you're going to pick up nuggets no matter what the event is. Right. But we also are going to pick up others where there can be great relationships. And we have mountains of testimonials of people meeting. And we just actually in June did a big filming with about 7 of the women that we have filmed in the past, and all about their growth and what they're doing today. And we filmed a television pilot, a television show on cooking. And anyway, just a whole bunch of really interesting things that you're going to see. So we work with everybody from female veterans all the way through to executive female leadership. And again, we certainly are willing to film men as well.
Love it. Love it. So she gave you like this sneak peek, like this little baby bite-sized nugget of what's happening in October in this gorgeous location. But what she's talking about is an event, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's, you know, it's Women Under Construction. And I freaking love that name, first off, because
thank you.
I'm like, so many, we're chasing this sense of like perfect lifestyle and perfect, like fit in the box. And I'm not successful unless I'm in, you know, making this much and I look this way and blah, 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 blah. But really reality is like, I'm always under construction. I am always leveling up, bossing up, failing, taking risks, like, oh, right. Like, it's just a matter of, I have to be like willing to take off the mask that so many women I think face. It's like, oh, life is perfect, right? And I need to show this perfect life and perfect business, but it's really not. And from what you've told me about this event, it sounds like I'm personally going to walk away with knowledge and connections and a sense of sisterhood, which I'm so excited for, right? But tell me like specifics, like where can women buy tickets? Sure. There are probably sponsorship opportunities. And
you bet. So if you're interested in sponsoring the event, we have some unbelievable sponsorship packages, and we're looking for a couple more sponsors. There's about 2 more opportunities available in terms of that. And then in terms of tickets, go to arrassisters.com, and it's ARRAS sisters.com. Arras means tapestry in French. So and it's not a cheesy, fake BS kind of community. We are an action-based community where we truly together are working to create impact in a whole bunch of different communities. And so as you're thinking about how do you want to show up? What kind of legacy do you want to leave? How are you truly going to make an impact? This is a great group to get involved with, whether you're able to come to this event or sponsor this event, or you want to film your story. This is such a great, authentic group of people that you will not be disappointed. That is for sure. And I'm not kidding, like the event literally overlooks the ocean. So, you know, if you are one of those kinds of people that likes the ocean, this is your jam there, I promise.
I love it. I always say, like, I'm a lizard. I thrive in the sunshine. I'm like basking. I don't need to swim, but I want the sounds, the smells, the taste, like everything else about water and ocean. I love it. But all of that reminded me, I used to, my old tagline for my original business, right? And when I launched it in 2019 was ignite passion, inspire action. And I just feel like I've lost it along the way, you know, because I've transitioned in my business, but I love that. It sounds like, I mean, I'm stoked. You guys can tell I'm going, obviously. You guys should come if you're listening to this. And of course, the website, the show information, all of that is going to be in the notes below this video. So make sure you scroll down just a little bit and check it out. So will there be opportunities for women to sign up and get their story filmed at this event? Or
you bet, absolutely. Okay. So you can actually, when you're signing up, you'll be able to check a box that says I want to film my story. But if you want to reach out to me directly, feel free to do it. And you can certainly put my email address online. The thing about building a $55 million business while you're in a coma is you've set this team up so well that they cannot fail, that they are going to succeed at the absolute highest levels. And how do you do that? You know what? You build an unbelievable brand with an amazing culture that has very driven people, but driven in their own lanes. And you know, we really love to help women on the business side of their life from a consulting standpoint. And we've got people that know very specifically each lane. So if it's the marketing side, if it's the operations side, if it is the overall 10,000 mile view, just building, you know, your goals and your priorities and your strategies, we are able to really assist women with that.
I love it. I love it. So you guys, there's a lot of golden nuggets. Rewind to that if you want, but it's like build the brand, find, build your tribe of women and men or whoever you employ, but allow them to just, be driven in their own lanes. I love that. So gosh, it's crazy. I'm so excited. All right, you guys, again, I want to bring Kelly back on another show sometime and just really pick her brain on some awesome strategies. I'd love to know it. But you guys all know I'm a master coach certified in health, life, and fitness. And as a speaker, I am so excited to be able to bring my passion and my energy and my expertise to 3 new TV shows that will be premiering this fall. So be on the lookout for BossUp Babes TV, Between the Reps, which is all about health, fitness, exercise, everything that happens in between the reps every day that I'm putting in. And then of course I am launching and co-hosting a new TV show called Living Real with the amazing Clara Capano out of Denver. She is brilliant, but you guys, I have been blessed to have helped thousands of women confidently break free from their health limitations and become unstoppable. And if you are in this place of like, hey, I need my story filmed, like I am ready to become like that, and like take it to the next level, like reach out to Kelly. If you are a woman who's like, oh my God, my body, like I'm just not confident and my energy level is low and I need to create some healthier habits, what better way to work with the habit queen herself? That's me. But I would love to help you. And I want to offer you guys a free 15-minute clarity call. Let's just see if we'd be a good fit for each other. Maybe we're not, right? I don't work with every woman. I know exactly who I can help and how I can help them. And I want to see if I can help you. So Kelly, with that, thank you so much for being on the show. I'm going to have you back for sure. Absolutely. And you take care, you guys. Stay hustling out there.
Thank you for listening to Boss Up Babes with Karissa Adkins, bringing you tangible tips and expert coaching advice to help you boss up and get healthy. Tune in every second and fourth Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com for interviews with industry leaders and powerhouse boss babes that will empower you to take action and live your best life. If you're ready to boss up and work with Karissa in one of her transformative group coaching programs, visit 365dailyhustle.com.